Right. Dobbo, if we could just run through the team. Obviously, nice to have the box back. And a lot of tough decisions for selection.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy that. I think as a coaching group, we didn't enjoy that because, yeah, there were some guys we left out, pretty deserved to play. And names that spring to mind would be like Suleiman Hartzenberg, Willie Engelbrecht, Connor Evans guys, the young props, the young locks, a couple of loose forwards, Junior Nama have been tracking really well in the friendlies. Yeah, so it was tough. But we obviously having Deon, Marnie, and Damon back is a no-brainer and a real privilege for us and a real boost for us. Frans trained really nicely the whole week. He's fit, so it's good to have him back. But he's a bit like John Carney. He's a national treasure, and we just want to manage him properly. And Brunner, I was just saying, now he's as fit as he is and trained. But how did you phrase it, Brunner, that he just didn't feel?
Yeah, like you said, he didn't. How long was he off? Like 4 months now. I just felt his game fitness wasn't up there, and he was ready to play, but he felt just first game up here, and I felt he didn't want to drop the team. He doesn't feel his fitnesses are up to scratch on that bar at the moment. So yeah, just the quality guy he is, team guy is that he can say that and put the faith in the guys that's been selected. So yeah.
Nice one, guys. Thank you very much. Okay, we can have hands if you guys have got questions. Jan, go for it, Jan.
Thanks, Michael. John, yeah, it's just a bit of a follow-up on what you said about France and that. How long is it, or how easy is it to get these guys back? I mean, it's a process with these guys. You spoke about a national treasure. Is it that you manage him in terms of the national team, or literally his own interest?
It's in his own interest, Jan. I mean, France, as Brandon said, he could have played. The thing is, you had Loftus in your first game back, and Nietlen goes down in the 5th minute. I don't think there are many props after that length off will be ready for that sort of experience. But he's got referral. He's had some stuff with his neck, and as tighter prop, it's your most important. It's your future. It's in every respect, your rugby earning future, your health, your well-being. So the guy's got to feel really, really confident around that. And I don't think he's, as much as he wants to play. So it's not really about managing for, we also did for this about managing for the national team. Nor were we under pressure to put in this game. I think Sazi Sunday is a guy we really want to give an opportunity to as well. And it's a great occasion for him. France, I think, will be, I'm sure will be available for Edinburgh. It's just a much more controllable environment. He'll have another 2 weeks of live scrums. He only did his first live scrum Friday last, and that's after, as Deon says, since the World Cup final. It's just too long to put him in. But no, we're not trying to recover him for the national thing. He's well in excess of the rest periods. It's just trying to get him confident in his game, and that, as Deon says, he's not a guy who wants to drop a team, and that would be a big fear for him. So I think another week or two. So we could have forced him, and he would have done it, but it wouldn't have been right.
Then, if I can turn to you, and obviously you've been around. We spoke to Andries Becker last week, and like him, you played in a few of these games before. What are the key in these big North-South derbies? You guys know each other well enough, but what are the keys in these big derbies? What's the difference between winning and losing?
Yeah, I think derbies. I think the first 20 minutes is always. It's tough, helter-skelter, a lot of emotions, a lot of big crowds, stress is building a bit, and you just need that first contact to get into the game. So especially that first 20 minutes, I think the team that can handle that first 20-30 minutes the best and get into their rhythm will have a good game. So I think in all those games is always those first 20-30 minutes that's vital, and how you respond to what's going on in the field.
And talk to us about playing, and John, you can jump in here as well. Playing at a sellout Loftus. I think they had something like 200 tickets left to sell for tomorrow.
Yeah, from my side, I think everything picking up again. Derby games being sellout crowds and sellout stadiums, and things that if you haven't seen in so many years. So I think it's good for SA Rugby. It's good for South Africa. It's good for guys playing as well, and guys who wants to play professionally once in their life as well. I think you live for these moments. I told the guys today, captains, this is the games that you will remember. If one day you'll retire, you'll remember. I played the Bulls at the sellout Loftus in 2024. I think that's the reason why we play.
John, what would your message be just before the guys walk out the tunnel tomorrow?
Go win.
No, it's probably similar to what Deon said. Nice to embrace the occasion. A lot of us remember the eras when these games were the only things in town and the stadium filled up. And often you don't think when traditions die, they come back. So the effort the Bulls have made, and us featuring in all these big crowds that we've in the last whatever those URC stats are, it's fantastic. So I can't say to enjoy it because we only enjoy it if we win it, but to embrace the occasion, to look around in the warm up and see how many striped jerseys going to be in the crowd, because there'll be many, many thousands of striped jerseys up there, and think about those people who are supporting us. And then as Deon said, just make sure you start properly, because you can't go through that altitude deficit and take your foot off in the first 20 minutes. When there's minute 12, whenever it gets you a bit, you can't just let them get on top of you then. So that's going to require a little bit of sacrifice. Then after that, we're golden.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Leighton is next.
Thanks, Mikey. Hi, Dobbo. Hi, Deon. Hope you guys are well. Dobbo, just you had a couple of weeks to prepare for this. Did you guys have to strike a balance between not over preparing and doing too much to when you go into this game? What was that conversation like?
No, the first bit of the first portion was really getting the guys, the sort of guys that hadn't played at Durban, and that include the Springboks, getting them ready for this week. The guys who played in the friendlies. And then so towards the back end of last week, we did quite a bit of Bull stuff, just because it's really useful to start, not start like a cold normal Monday where you sort of catching up with review work and preview work. We did a lot of our Bulls preview stuff at the back end last week, which took a lot of pressure off this week. So to be honest, it's actually been a really cool, enjoyable week. I think what guys are not daunted for 1 second by we're actually looking forward to the occasion, like Deon said. Genuinely pleased to be thrilled to be part of it. And looking forward to it. But we're nicely on top of things and our plans, and we had worked out what the team was a while ago, and so I think we're well prepared.
Deon, and just for you guys coming back after that Sharks game, did you specifically take a longer break before you came back to prepare for the Bulls, or were you constantly with the team and just trying to stay abreast of what they are doing in terms of prep?
Yeah, we were mandatory 5 weeks, but I took 3 weeks completely off. Didn't see the HBC just for the mental side. Was getting tired of looking at a whiteboard and a PDF. So the 3 weeks I was just at home, and then after that I went to the HBC and trained with the boys, and we're with them during the Sharks preparation and all that stuff. So I haven't been away for the whole 5 weeks. So I've been in the mix, training with the guys for the last 3 weeks now.
Dobbo, and then just like on some of the guys that's stepping in against the Bulls, Sazi, do you feel this is the right time to give those guys that exposure in this type of big game for what's lying ahead in terms of the Champions Cup playoffs and looking further at the URC?
Yeah, I think this is perfect. I think it's not a knockout game, this one. That is La Rochelle on the 6th of April. That we have to have France up at his best for that is important. But we need a third tight end beyond Brocky and Lee, who's injured. So this is a fantastic, as I say, the natural sort of defensive anxious coach. Maybe we put some pressure on France, but I think a more progressive thinking from the team really is. He's a young Tyro and Sazi, and he played incredibly well here 2 years ago. We started, what a great opportunity to get him back, and so, we're taking a bit of a view there of that, and I think we've got a really energetic, exciting bench, and that's what we need. We've gone 6-2 as we always do, but you got Andre Hugo. Okay, Broccie's curious probably, but he brings another sort of leadership, and but then you got Sazi, Andre Hugo, Saman, who was exceptional in Durban, Marcel, and BJ just bring enormous intensity and energy, as does Paul de Vet, and then Sasha, I think, is going to be a generational player. So really excited that guys like that, Sasha, Sars are getting, Andre Hugo are getting this sort of experience of a full Loftus tomorrow.
And just lastly from me, you've taken the guys to some of the hottest places in the Western Cape the last couple of weeks. Is that to just prepare them for what awaits at Loftus possibly, and also just to take them out of the eye of Cape Town, and maybe Ceres and Paul was something different in terms of brought something different in training?
Yeah, look, I mean, the heat, I suppose, was useful. It wasn't the reason. The truth was we want to do high speed sessions. You need a certain sort of surface, and our normal ones, be that the Craven Stadium, or because of Varsity Cup, the DHL Stadium, because I don't know, Britney Spears is singing or something, or Bishop's got a nice surface where the foreign teams play. They weren't around, so those surfaces, so Charlie's and Ceres and Boys High, are really nice surfaces. But also, we had a bye week, and part of our mission is to reach out to the people of the Western Cape. And it's very easy to stay at our normal training base, straight at the HPC. But we've also got to talk and act upon our mission, which is, and the community spirit we got in Ceres was unbelievable. I mean, it was an incredible experience, the people coming to see us. So that was a sort of make Cape Town smile piece. And so it wasn't really done about the heat, but it was useful, especially this week in Paul.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Leeds. Next is Stephen.
Thanks, Mike. Hi, guys. Nice to see you. And Dobbo, I apologize if you've been asked this. I came in probably a minute late because of
because we were early.
But you said you worked out the team probably a while ago. But did you expect to see Willie on the bench in terms of the team you worked out? And what do you think that signifies?
Listen, we had an idea of who was the players earlier in the week who was playing, and we had an idea. I haven't personally gone into too much detail. I think Willie's a really good player, and I think him coming at first receiver in a game that's opening up will be quite something we have to be really aware of tomorrow. Because he's a playmaker, and I say he can open a game up, whether it's on the first receiver on the other side or sweeping across. So that's something we'd have to focus. Focus on. That's about it. For the rest, we know there's obviously a massive fetching threat when you've got Marcel, Marco, and Jasper probably on the same field. So we're going to have to be happy with the breakdown and where we play rugby. But that's our sort of thinking around the prep.
Do you think Willie's a sort of an ace that they want to play late in the game, maybe raise the tempo, considering that you guys aren't used to those conditions?
Yeah, he just got married and came back from honeymoon, so I don't think his fitness on the field is up to scratch at the moment. No, I'm just joking. No, I think definitely his threats coming off the bench in the second half with the guys starring at altitude and all that stuff. And I've learned to know in the last 2 years he knows how to see space and attack that space. So definitely we have to. That's probably one of their plans of attacking that space in second half with him.
Deon, how do you feel about your guys' conditioning in terms of going the distance on the high veld? When I think back a couple of seasons ago, I actually thought that maybe your turning point in that first URC season came at Loftus. There where you guys produced that late magic to win that game. So how do you feel about your conditioning as a team and your ability to go that distance?
One thing about this team is we play until that last whistle. We never give up, and we keep on fighting until the end. Can just quickly think back. Most of the games I've we won here. We came back from behind and won it in the second half with a try. We go way back before I went overseas. I remember breaking the line of a shift ball from Quinru and loading it off to Brian and Banner to win it at the end as well. So we always got that fighting spirit here at Stormers, and yeah, I don't think the altitude is, like I said, it gets you that first 10 minutes, it burns your lungs, but luckily we came up yesterday already and had a good captains today, so guys getting used to it, but we're all professional, getting used to it. Everybody has played here at Loftus before and they know what's taken of it, but one thing is for sure, this team's not going away until the last whistle.
Jonas, a compliment. They've thrown in a few fetches there to deal with you. It seems to you seem to be in their heads a little bit.
No, we'll see. I'm still young. I'm old. I'm wiser. No, I'm joking. No, we'll see. They're quality players. Yeah, I think we spoke about it, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Deon. Jake, after the last game against you guys at the DHL, he spoke a little bit about X Factor, and he said X Factor is not necessarily, you know, that magic with a ball in hand, but it's what you produced in that game. You know, those crucial moments where you just made things happen. Mm-hmm. Is that the kind of where you feel the team needs to go? You know, you guys as a collective need to go there mentally and physically. You know, reach as deep as that again. Yeah, I think we have done it before, the squad in various games. Yeah, for me personally, yeah, I live for those games. I live for derby games. I like big occasion games. I think that brings the best out of me. So, yeah, thanks for Jake for that comment. But yeah, I think this team has learned how to bring its own X factor. If it's running with the ball or doing a magic kick by Mani, I think we're growing as a team, and hopefully we can show that tomorrow again. Dobbo, you touched on something very interesting early on when you mentioned the support that you guys, you know, in terms of looking up and you see those striped jerseys. And it's certainly something I've always, you know, in my experience of going to Loftus outside, you see, you know, the stripes and the light blues mingling, and you see quite a lot of province jerseys. So do you think that, you know, in spite of this massive force, you know, of Loftus, etc., but there's some kind of inspiration that you guys can also draw in terms of people that come out for the team, or am I overstating it a bit? No, I don't think Deon's on the field, but you know, it makes us when we play at Ellis Park or Loftus, it makes us incredibly proud to see all those striped jerseys. I mean, I'll tell the guys tomorrow during warm up, just take a moment and just look at those people who've travelled from wherever, whether it's from the Cape Town or Joburg or from Pretoria, to come and support the Stormers. We're a big team. You know, I think we know. You can see, you know, the URC stats, most watched or most that sort of stuff. We're a big team, and I think it makes the guys, because it's going to be a great amphitheatre tomorrow, and there will of course be some the hostility and it all adds to the occasion. But just seeing those striped jerseys in the crowd makes us feel that we're not alone, and it's going to be special. It's going to be special. So it's something that definitely we think about. We get enormous pride from our support. Have you ascertained yet who Driekus support? You guys or the Bulls?
He was at the HVC a few weeks ago, and he promised me he's a Stormer supporter. So I'll keep him up on that. I won't fight him, but I'll buy him a beer. Okay. Well, guys, good luck. Thanks for the.
Thanks, Steve. Heinz has got his hand next.
Hi, gents. Hope all's well. Dobbo, just sort of like an extension, you know, on the symbolism of this derby. I was just wondering, you know, but your thoughts about how chuffed you are, not only as the Stormers coach, but also as, you know, a guy who's involved in a franchise competition in South Africa, by the amount of interest that you guys well, particularly these two teams have been able to attract not only, you know, in terms of eyes, but also now, you know, given the sold out crowd as commercially, you know, because it would have been so easy post the World Cup cycle, you know, for the South African Rugby Cup to still be predominantly engrossed, you know, by the brand of the Springboks and stuff. But this sort of like seems to suggest, you know, that this new leaf has been turned over and that there's almost a bigger spot now for the franchises to actually also command attention alongside the Springboks.
I couldn't agree with you more. I think if I was watching, you know, Super Rugby Pacific, even when you see New Zealand derbies and that sort of stuff now, I think compared to where we are, in a world of pain, you know, and so it's really important for South African rugby. I think the Sharks, when we went a couple of weeks ago, the Bulls this week have done extraordinary jobs. It's great for South African rugby. It's a privilege to be part of it. You know, just from us wearing my Stormers hat, you know, we were a union that was essentially bankrupt and, you know, just taken 37 points from the Lions at home 2 and a bit years ago, and, you know, to be now playing in games like this and the record we've got is fantastic. I think it's brilliant for South African rugby. I think that you know, a really churlish approach is, you know, is that we want to be the best, and I hope the others aren't any good. And that sort of crab syndrome is really bad for South African rugby. It's really good that the Bulls are really good. They're a really good team. They're 6 points above us on the log. The Sharks are investing a fortune and promising us a turnaround, which no doubt will come and lay on occasion like they did. It's very, and you know, the Lions had that great run. It's really healthy for South African rugby. So I think it's a great thing. So the fuller it is, the better, the more hostile, the more more at stake there is, because there's a lot at stake in this game for both teams, the better. And yeah, so you did right. I think it's brilliant for South African rugby. And, you know, I know there's an argument for more players coming back to play overseas, play here, and they are ringing up, and I think some are coming back. You read the signings of the Sharks, some have happened at Loftus. But there's no question that, you know, they're going to be local guys who maybe wouldn't have got that opportunity. You're going to benefit massively from being part of that occasion. You know, Ruben van Heerden, or in our case, I went to Sazi Sunday, or it's going to be brilliant for them. You know, Andre Smith. You know, and so I think it's really good.
Thanks, gents.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Hans.
sure.
And then lastly, we've got Yolulwe. Yes, Yolulwe.
Thank you so much, gentlemen. Hi, Dobbo. Hi, Deon.
Um,
Dobbo, I'm sorry if I missed this. I think I joined exactly at 2 when the guys were already.
No, it's our first time
asking
ever.
questions.
First time ever.
Cool. So I just checked. You also went for the 6-2 split. Was that because you anticipated that the Bulls would go 6-2, or is it because you've also had your own success in the past playing the 6-2?
Unquestionably, I think we've got 2 games in the last 30 where we haven't gone 6-2. That's part of our plan for URC and Champions League. We had one experience we were caught short a couple of, I think it was the Sharks at home when we lost it back early, Ruan. And then we had a back injury, so there's one time we went 5. No, we're a 6-2 team in and out, whether we're playing at Loftus, Cape Town Stadium, whether we're playing the Bulls or the Ospreys. It's our plan. It's just whether if we've got backs carrying injuries or backs returning from injury that we need to cover. And there was an argument for that, because, you know, Marnie, Dan's returning from injury, Marnie and Damien rested. We did debate 6-3, which was selection. Sorry, I beg your pardon, 5-3. Yeah, and looking to keep a Salaman in the mix. But in the end, we stuck to what we do every week, which is 6-2.
And then also, just in addition to that, Dobbo, how tempting was it for you to bring in a player like Wande Silisimlane, who might just have a little bit of a point to prove going back to Loftus, where he didn't really have as much success as he would have wanted to? I saw him there in the captain's run.
Yeah, it was very tempting, probably for the reasons you want. And we're really excited about Wande, and I wanted to play him this week. But I think going back to the 6-2, and secondly, you know, the way Warwick is playing at the moment, Dan and Marnie all had to be on the field, and I just couldn't see how Wande got on the field then. You know, and that was a pity, because a lot of me emotionally, and I know it would have meant a lot to him to play. I'm sure he's disappointed, but he'll play our next game against Edinburgh and get a start, and I look forward to. I think he's something special. But there was, you know, like guys like Andre Smith. I think there's somebody I'm also going to forget. Ruben grew up here as a kid, I think. Andre also was here in the junior structures, you know, so it means something to play, and the same would have applied for Wande. So I feel sorry for him that he's not playing.
All right, thank you so much, gentlemen. Good luck tomorrow.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks. See, Jan's got his hand up again. Yes, Jan.
Yeah, thanks, Michael. Sorry, Dobbo, first got to apologize. I spent a considerable time on a farm near Sierbrock, so I missed a lot of stuff. I just noticed as I go through the teams again, Salman's name. So just inform me, is this his comeback, or has he played previously, or?
He came on against the Sharks.
Okay. No, that's
Yeah,
fine.
he came for about 30 minutes to go.
Yeah, I just apologize to my colleagues. I'm
No problem.
completely out of the loop. Thanks.
Cool.
No problem.
Nice one, Jan. All right. Thanks. Dobbo, Deon. Have a good restful evening.
Very much, thanks,
and all the best tomorrow. We'll get you after the game.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Thanks,
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.